Hi, good afternoon everybody. My name's Amy Tetlow Baxter and today's webinar is Email Marketing Made Easy. I hope you can all hear me okay. If you can't, please just pop a little note in the questions box and I'll be able to pick that up in just a moment. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. So the duration of this webinar will be approximately 30 minutes. Your speakers must be turned on to hear this webinar. My microphone is on, everyone else has been automatically muted, and questions will be taken throughout the webinar using the chat box. So our learning outcomes for today, so you will be able to confirm your company details and campaign settings are set up correctly. Be familiar with how to create and save a drag and drop template. Understand how to create a copy of an existing template. Understand the difference between a template and campaign. Be familiar with how to use a template to create a campaign. Understand how to set up a campaign, send a test and activate it. Understand how to read your previous year's marketing data in Campaign Manager, and be familiar with how to measure your return on investment for each of the campaigns that you send out. So to start off, we're going to have a little look at the company details. So in a second I will take us into shortcuts, but what you'll notice when you do go into GCast, you'll notice that when you go into the admin section at the top, on the top left hand side you have the update company details. This is where you can update maybe if you want to change the salon name, maybe you want it to appear slightly different. For your clients, you can update that in there, as well as put in your email address, telephone number, website, and your primary address, which is the salon address. Just bear in mind that the details you put in there will actually filter into the personalised field in the insert your template section, so we'll have a look at that in just a moment. So anything you put in here will insert into the templates as well. So it's important that this is all correct in here. Also, the campaign settings are key. In here, again, you can choose when you go into the admin section, the site preferences, and from there you'll be able to put the campaign from name, and that should be your salon name, and also the campaign from email, which should be your email, so it doesn't look like it's coming from us here. It's shortcuts, so it should always be a salon email. We would always recommend that you use a bought email address, so don't use, for example, Yahoo or Hotmail, as this can affect the bounce backs as well. You'll notice here as well where you've got the Facebook Connect URL and Twitter Connect URL. If you do put the information in here, it just saves you having to write that in every single time you send out a campaign. So before we actually go into the drag and drop, I would just like to quickly show you how and where you update that information. So if I just take us into my test site here at the moment, at the top of the page in the admin section, you'll notice in the profile we have the update company details and the site preferences section in there as well. So what we're actually going to go ahead and look at next is how you can actually create a template and then eventually go out and send it. But to get us to the section where you would start to build your template in order to get it ready is in the admin section again. And what you'll notice on the top right hand side is the templates, and we would always go into the view all templates. And in there you'll see any templates you have in your library, but at the top left hand side you'll notice that we have a design your own template using the email creator, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. So just to take us back, I'm just going to show you a quick video here as well. So we've already gone into the admin section, so we're now ready to go ahead and create our template. So once you design your own template, You can then build your own template in here by dragging the different areas across the left hand side to build your template. There's no specific order that these need to go in. You can choose whichever order you want them to fall into. So that's how you drag them across. On the top left hand side, you would always give this template a name. And the subject is what the clients would actually see. You can then choose where in your library they fall, if you want them to go into your own different, like a little section, or not. Make sure that you always hit save on the bottom left hand side of the page. You'll probably notice with this website, when you do log in on the top right hand side, it will actually count you down from an hour. So make sure that if you're halfway through creating a template and then you get called away, make sure that you always do hit that save button before you continue. So that's how we actually drag the different sections in there. We're now going to have a look at editing the images in each of the templates. So once you click on the browse box, you'll notice in there on the bottom left you can choose a file, or you could just double click on one of the images. So then edit the image. Once you click on it once, you'll notice that you can then change the sizes and update it. You can also put a link in there. So if you've got a website, maybe if you want them to click on your logo for it to take to your website, you can put a link in there as well. You can change the description name if you want to the logo. You can choose if it has a border, if you want it to be centralized, and also you can choose the image padding, so if you wanted to have a little bit of padding behind the image as well. We do have Avery. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with that, but that's where you can actually go ahead and you can tweak the image in a bit more detail. In the styling section, you can change the background color, or the link colors, or font colors, or the content style. So that's actually looking at just one area of the campaign itself. So if we choose a color in here and click on choose, you'll see it has updated in there. So like I said, the email background is for the full template, where the second section, the content style, is just for that particular box that you're working on in there at the moment. So again, we're just going to go through that browse one more time and add another image into here. Like I said, once you click on that image, you will then be given the option to edit it, change the sizing, but we're going to look at Avery now. So Avery is where you can actually go ahead and you can tweak it. So maybe you can put different effects on the particular image as well. So you can flick through all the different images, the different effects on there as well. Just make sure if you do change anything, you always click on the apply, and you can even put some funny stickers on there as well if you want to. And these are easily be removed by clicking on the little cross. Any changes you make, again, hit the save button and that will update on your template. So that's how you can edit any of the images. We're now going to have a look at editing the text. So remember, with these templates, if you want to edit any of the different sections on here, you would click on the actual section on the left hand side, so where it says hi on the left hand side, just below the Peppermint Park, and you would always edit over on the right hand side. So you can also add personalized fields in here, like give a name. This will automatically put the client's first name in there. You can change the styling again. So you can change the background color if you wish. You can add borders. You can change the font, the font color. You can change the text alignment as well to make it look a little bit neater, and the line height as well. Again, it's always a good idea as you're going through this that you do hit the save button in case you've been called away. So we also have links and dividers on here. So you'll notice on the templates just here, you've got the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, website, and email address. So if you click on there, you'll notice that because I automatically have the Facebook in the background, that's now in there. You can then choose which links you do wish to use and which ones you don't want to use. You can change the alignment of them. Now, if you are adding a link, I would always have the HTTPS in front of there as well to make sure it does definitely take you to that page. We also have the border, and you can change the border colour. So it's like a divider, so you can change the divider colour if you wish. And then right at the bottom, you'll see we've got these share options. So you can actually share this template. So let's imagine you sent this to me. I could then share this with my friends on Facebook, Twitter, or I could actually email it, which is the last one that says send in there. You can actually email it across to somebody else. So I wouldn't recommend to use that if this is a particular offer that is just available to that one client. The good thing as well is that you can actually go ahead and you can copy a template. So what I tend to recommend to do is maybe create one master copy. So maybe call it Master 2017, where it already has the logo in there, maybe it already has the links and the shares on there. It maybe has a text box, but that's empty, so every time you want to create a new campaign, it's a lot faster. You can just edit the text, maybe put a different picture in there, and then you can send it out. So we're going to have a look at copying a template. So when you are in the template section, you'll notice you've got that create a new copy on the bottom of the page. And you can see it's been successfully saved. You can change the name of it. So maybe you have one that says Master 2017, and then you might create a new one that's maybe a newsletter. Just always make sure you hit save for anything that you do change. So you'll now notice in our newsletter section in our Peppermint Park, we have both copies side by side. So that will save you a lot of time in future if you do have a master copy. So we're now going to actually have a look. So we've been having a look at creating the templates. The next thing we need to do is make sure that we go in there and actually send it out to the clients we wish to receive it. So again, once you've found your template you wish to use, you'd use this template underneath it. If you have already put a subject in, you will see it at the top of the page. If you haven't, you can type a subject in here, and you can even add personalized fields like give a name, so it has the client's first name in there when it goes out automatically. You can check over the template just one more time, and you can even check on a mobile preview to make sure that it looks okay. Once you're happy, you can, on the top right hand side, include different links. The refer a friend link means that they can send it across to the friends, online viewing link, and trackable links. We're now going to save and continue, and we can choose our send options. So the campaign name in here will not be sent on the campaign. It's not the subject, so you can maybe name this slightly different if you wish to now allow you to track it a bit better. This is a once only campaign, and we're going to choose our date to send it. We're going to base ours on demographic criteria, which we'll have a look at in just a minute. You can choose your start time that you wish it to go out, and you'll also notice we've got the tick box there where basically each client's only going to receive it once, even if they are a duplicate in your system. Once we save and continue, you can now check, so if you wanted this to go out to absolutely everybody, you can check recipients on the bottom left hand side, and this will show you how many people it's going to go to. Or if you want to break that down, you can add a scenario. We're just going to choose core demographics for today. If we go into personalized details, and in there we can maybe choose gender, we can then tick the boxes for the clients we wish to receive it. And again, you can check the recipients on the bottom left hand side of the page. You can also remove it if you don't wish to use it. Once we save and continue, if you have a promotion code set up, you can create a promotion code. And to do this, we're going to go into admin, and on the bottom right hand side, promotion codes, and click on the create new button. The code is the name of the campaign you're sending out, so it could be newsletter 2017, for example. And you can even create a description. So we're just going back to our newsletter that we created, and we can now link it to our promotion code. This is so you can track the return on investment for each campaign. If you wish, you can add this onto Facebook and Twitter. You would have to log in or sign in order for this to appear on there. I'd always recommend to show a link to read message online, so tick both boxes for the Facebook and Twitter. But for Facebook, you must refresh list, and that's so you can choose whereabouts it falls on that client's page. Oh, sorry, on your personal page. So once you've done that, we'd always recommend that you send yourself a test. It won't allow you to activate without. Once you've received the test, you can then tick the boxes to say you're happy with the campaign and activate. You can also check one more time to see who's going to receive it. So you can be so organised with Set and Forget. So you could have a diary at the beginning of the year and decide on all the different offers you're going to run throughout the year. You can go in here, you can create all the templates, you can even activate them because they're not going to go out until that particular date and time that you've chosen for them to go out on. Now, when we are creating any templates that has an offer on there or any kind of discount, you'll notice in Set and Forget them, we actually went ahead and created a promotion code. It's important that then you link this promotion code to your discount reasons and shortcuts, so again you can track the return on investment for each of these campaigns. So if we go into our discount section and we find our discount, you would then use Set and Forget promotion and link it to the promotion that you wish for it to be linked to. So every time we apply that 20% off facials with Sarah, it's going to track it, and you'll then receive an email to let you know how much money you've made from each of the campaigns that you have sent out. Just to recap, to get into there, you go into Setup, Configuration, and then Discounts over on the top left hand side. So in Campaign Manager, we can actually go ahead and we can track the different campaigns that have gone out and how successful they have been. So once you click on Campaign Manager on the top left hand side of your page, you can search for the campaign name if you wish to, or if you just click on Search History, it will show anything that's gone out in the past. Or it will still show you the ones that are active as of today. You'll notice in here that we can see when it was activated, how many have been sent, opened, the open rate. You can see how many of the clicks and bounce backs and opt-outs we've got as well. If you click on any of the numbers in here, you'll actually see who has opted out of the campaign or whose email address has bounced back, so you can actually track it as well. You'll notice on the right hand side we have a full summary and an actions button. If we were to go to full summary, it would show you something like this. So you'd see the campaign name, the subject line, the date it was created, and when it's actually been going out. You'll also see the peak open hours that your clients open emails. That may trigger a change in the time you have been sending them out. So if you notice that your clients are opening them mainly at maybe midday, then the next time you send a campaign, you're probably going to send it about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Where if you're sending them out at 8 o'clock and you're noticing that nobody's opening them, then this isn't going to be very beneficial to you. Again, you can see in there the sent, delivered, and so on. Again, you've got the campaign summary in here. So you can see based on the campaigns that have been sent out, it's showing you the delivered, the opened, opt-out, and bounce back in a graph form. Okay. You can also track to see who's been actually clicking on the Facebook, Twitter, and so on, and that's our clicks as well. We can track our return on investment, and in a moment I'm going to show you how you get to this particular page. But your return on investment, you can look at that for a particular date range. It will show you all of the different campaigns maybe you've been sending, or if it's just one campaign that you've got activated. So in there you'll be able to see the campaign, you'll be able to see the date it was first activated and the last send date. You'll also see the day since last sent. So you know if it's not been working recently or not. So the promotion code setup, so like I said, if it has got an offer on there or some kind of discount, you must always set up a promotion code. You'll see the sent, delivered, opened, opted out, bounce backs, and the percentage that have been opened, the unique clicks, the number of responses. Okay, so you'll also, the key thing with this, so to track our return on investment, you'll see the total value of discounts we have given and the total spend. So really, ideally, you don't want it to be like this. So it could be that you've sent out 100 campaigns and maybe you've received £1,000 and you've discounted maybe £200. So it enables you to kind of check to see which campaigns are working and which ones aren't. The one at the bottom is the partner activity report, where you can actually break it down per particular campaign that you've got sent out. So before I actually go through the summary, I just wanted to show you that. So if we go into our set and forget, back to the home tab on the top left hand side, in here you'll notice we've got the reports and statistics at the bottom of the page. In there you can have a look at your return on investment report, which is the first one we looked at just a second ago, and you've also got your partner activity report as well. So the summary for today. So today you've learned how to ensure your company details and campaign settings are set up correctly, how to create and save a drag and drop template, how to create a copy of an existing template to save you having to create one each time, the difference between a template and a campaign, how to use a template to create a campaign, how to set up a campaign, send a test and activate, how to read your previous year's marketing data through the campaign manager, and how to measure your return on investment for any of the campaigns that you send out that have got a promotion code on there or some kind of discount. So if anybody has any questions for me, if you just want to add them into the questions box, I'm just going to check on that in just a couple of minutes. Please feel free to just keep on writing if you do have any questions at all. So just to let you know, the next upcoming webinar is the setting up, using and promoting your app, which is going to be on the 31st of July from 2 till about 2:20, so it'll be about 20 minutes this one. I'll leave that on the screen just for a second so you can have a read through it. Don't forget, we do have our new Education Learning Centre, and the link is on the page just at the moment. You can also find it if you go to our website, which is www.shortcuts.co.uk. Across the top of the page, you'll see we've got a community tab, and then you will see the Learning Centre is in there as well. Just going to check one more time for any questions. Fab. Okay, so I've got one question just at the minute that says, how often should you be sending out campaigns? I mean, there's nothing worse than, you know, you wake up in the morning, you check your phone, and you've got a million emails been sent to you that we class as, I suppose, some of them are junk, and we class them as junk because you receive them constantly. I would engage with your clients. I mean, the 4 campaigns that we usually recommend to use are the Set and Forget ongoing. So you've got the birthday campaign, which is great because the client receives it once a year. We have the new client campaigns, which they'll receive just that one time when they're very first, you know, a client to you. The Recommend a Friend campaign, the Set and Forget ongoing one, is fantastic, and clients love to receive this one, but they will only receive it if they're actually doing some recommending for you and clients are coming in on their behalf. And the non-returning clients, so they're the 4 that go out, so really your clients aren't going to receive that on a regular basis. It's great to give them, I mean, you could do monthly newsletters, that's absolutely fine. It might be that you want to do quarterly newsletters. The key thing about them is I wouldn't recommend that you are constantly giving discounts. So every single time if you send a campaign, if you're giving a discount, your clients are waiting for that discount next month. We don't want it always to be that. It could be that you're sending out some news about the salon. So it could be that you've got a new member of staff. I suppose the answer really is if you've got something important that you want to tell your clients, then great, use it. But if you're doing it for the sake of just sending out a campaign, then it's, you know, your clients are going to start getting fed up, and that's when they're going to start opting out of the campaign. So it has to be something that's going to entice your clients and make them want to receive that campaign. I think I've just got one more question. Okay, so best, what campaigns seem to work best? I think my favourite is, I've got 2 favourites, so I'd definitely say the birthday and the Recommend a Friend. The birthday because it's always nice to get a little treat on your birthday, but the Recommend a Friend is great because that means that your clients are working for you. That, you know, you're not paying them, I suppose, to work for you, but you're maybe giving them a £5 discount. So every single time they recommend somebody new to you, you're making, let's say, I don't know, £100, and you might be giving your client £5, £10 back for that one client that comes in. I'd probably say that's my favourite, but then I would also say too, it's the key areas of the year where, you know, Christmas. I think the Christmas campaign that you might send out maybe just before Christmas to say thank you for being a loyal customer for the year, and here's an offer for January, because January does tend to be quiet. That works really, really well. And any other key areas, I mean, at the minute, there's a lot of people going on holiday. You know, the summer holidays around the corner, the kids' summer holidays. And I think to try and entice people in there, even if you're doing some kind of special offer for the summer, because it does have a dip in revenue during the summer months. So something that's going to, again, entice them would be perfect for that. But yeah, my favourites are the birthday and the Recommend a Friend. I think I just have one more question. Oh, fab. Okay, it's the same question. I think I've already answered that one. So yeah, so I wouldn't send a campaign like once a week. I think you are probably going to drive people mad. But I do think by picking who you send them to, so if you send it, so one of the key things is if you are sending out a campaign, as you know, you don't want to be sending out to all the guys maybe a leg waxing offer, or you don't want to be sending out to, you know, to the wrong clientele. So by being a bit more specific with your demographics, I think you're probably going to target people and they'll be happy to receive the campaigns. If you kept sending my husband, for example, loads of campaigns about colours, he'd probably think, why are you sending me this? And he would opt out. So you've got to make it so you are kind of picking the right clients to receive it. I think they'll appreciate that a lot more, and I think they'd be happy to receive them. Fab. I think I've answered all the questions. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to contact me. I'll pop the email address on the screen just there, so education@shortcuts.co.uk. Feel free to send me an email over if you have got any other questions. You can always contact us as well on 0161 972 4900. But thank you very much for your time today, and hopefully I'll see you all on the next webinar. Thank you.